Hey everybody, it's Alabama Deep. I'm coming back at you. Alright, so we're working on part two of this video. I am trying to get prepared to open the case on this. Once again, having a really good look at this watch. Gruen Precision, as you see, sub-second dial. You can look at this dial. You can see where definitely some of the clear coat's coming off the dial. But if you look, it's coming around in a circular angle going around. And you can also look at these numbers, that they're a little bit darker on the edges. And that would be from our little friend, radiation. Just over time, that's just what it's doing. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get cotted up because I have a little protection shield over my eyes and my mouth as well. This is something that you don't take lightly. Now, I will say I don't want it to seem like this is Chernobyl or anything like that, but at the same time, you are dealing with something that you can inhale. Radioactive material on the inside of your body is not good. I think we all know that. That's just, common sense. So we want to be protected. And especially open this up. You want to have your watch room where you don't let your cats or dogs in or anything like that. Cat would love to hop up on here and just go to town with it. We don't want that on their paws, and then they go to licking themselves, and then next thing you know, you have a radioactive cat. So we do want to be very, very careful with that as well. I was going to show you another Gruen that I had real quick. I have it up here on my shelf where I'm at. I'm trying to locate it. There it is. This is a Gruen as well. I want to say it's a precision. I don't know that 100% for a fact. I did a little bit of light work on it in the beginning, and it has been a moment, but I do have it. So let me show you that particular Gruen as well. Now this does have like the cat ears on it for that, but this other Gruen does not, and it looks like it's been sitting up for a while, so it's not running as well, I don't believe, as it should. See, yep, see, it just stopped. So I'm going to have to visit this one too. This one's going to need a little bit of help. It's just been sitting that way for a while. Now you can tell on the radium on these hands right here, they have darkened over time. This one would be radioactive as well. I think this one is probably going to be from the 60s. I think this one is going to be from the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on that particular Gruen too. It was very light at the time when I was working on it. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's crack this baby open. I want to see what's inside of it. It has been a moment since I've even looked at this. So I most definitely do want to look inside. Got my optics here, got my rubber ball. And of course, y'all know this is nothing like a Rolex watch. I mean, they're nice vintage watches, but at the same time, it's no Rolex at all. But let's just take a look at the inside of this. It has been a moment. This has the locking ring on it, as you can see. So you would need a case back opener tool for that. See, the ring comes off, and then you have the back itself. So let's take a look, and I can already tell by looking at this is a bumper. So that will go like this from side to side is what it does, and that's how this particular watch winds itself. Now this doesn't look all too bad, so I might be able to do something with it. But you see, it has a spring right there on that side that it's making contact with. And over here it has a spring, and it doesn't fully rotate. It just goes back from side to side and rotates like that. And as you can see, that is moving another mechanism over there, and that definitely probably goes to the ratchet wheel, and that's what is allowing it to run. That probably affects here to here to here is more than likely what it does. So, wow, look at the inside of that. Now that's just pretty. 10 karat rolled gold plate bezel. Yep, Gruen case. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like watches like this for sure. Okay, so we do have it opened. I'm gonna let it air out just for a little bit because like I said, I don't really want to mess with this a whole lot up close and personal just yet. I need to make sure that this is aired out because of the gas that can accumulate and build on it. We want to make sure that there's nothing going on there. So I had my where is that? Oh, it's sitting right over there. Let me borrow that real quick. Sorry, Mr. Rolex. You do deserve that much more than I do. So I want to go ahead and put this up on here. And yeah, that's just absolutely gorgeous looking. The movement is in really good shape. I think just over time it has had oils and dirt over time has just clogged up everything. Maybe a little bit more here and there. I see some dirt here. So yeah, I'll get up close and personal on it here in just a minute. I do just want to have it air out. And this is, what movement is that? Exactly, it's a 462. All right, it's 17 jewel movement, unadjusted. Gruen Watch Company, Precision, Switzerland. Yeah, definitely, it's a very, very nice watch indeed. So I don't necessarily want to screw with it too much per se, but I'm going to have to get in here and do some work on this. It just can't stay like this. We're going to have to definitely work on it. Now I have a Zodiac as well. That's a bumper that's very similar to this. So perhaps we'll get in on that, but everyone knows my passion truly is Rolex. But yeah, this is just awesome looking. Looks like it's been taken care of over the years. Looks like it was heavily worn though. So, and I see the little screw. If you're not too familiar or you're just a beginner in this, one of the common things that you have is that you will have a screw, and that's for you to loosen in order for the stem and the crown to come out, which is, this is the crown, and of course the stem goes straight in over here for the winding on this and for the adjusting of the hands themselves for the time. So the trick to this is you'll pull the crown out and push it back in, and you'll see that screw holding it in move ever so slightly, and then that would be the screw that you would loosen, because we have two screws here, one here and one here. No doubt one of these screws is holding down the bridge. So I'm thinking it's going to be this screw right here that I'm going to be loosening up. Could be wrong, it could be that one as well, but I think it's going to be this one. And once I loosen that, I should be able to pull the stem straight out of it. But once again, just to double check that, you can come in here and pull the crown and stem out like you're going to set the time on it, and you'll see the screw ever so slightly move, and you'll know that way which screw that you need to loosen in order for the stem to come out, just in case you didn't know. I'm thinking about for this case back, I think I am going to go ahead and take care of it. So let me move it out of the way for a minute. let me come in here and let me look at this. There's some very, very fine scratches on there. I want to see if by some chance, just by doing that, and as you can see, yes, that is removing the scratches from this. I don't know if you can tell on the video or not, but I'm not going to press down hard. I'm just going to go very, very lightly over it. I can see that it is shining it up. So it's getting its luster back. It's also removing some of these wear scratches that they've had on there for years. So I just go over it ever so slightly like that. And I know realistically I'm not going to get them all removed. I just don't see that happening. But I can help with the wear and tear on it. So coming down at an angle here, and it is leaving some fine scratches that you can see on the camera. I got a little buffing Dremel tool that I can use as well, and that's going to help on that. But of course there's a lot more detail when you have this zoomed in the way it is, and you can see the scratches are more obvious, but this is being done ever so gently. And I want to keep it in one direction per se. And then when I come back over with my Dremel tool with a little bit of jeweler's polish for stainless steel, that it will smooth anything that the stick does, and we'll have like a mirror-like shine for it if we wanted to have a mirror-like shine. Now you can definitely tell, I hate the blurriness. You can definitely tell that there is a difference going on there so far, and it looks better in person than it does in the video, that's for sure. So I'm going to keep going with this like that, and what you'll end up getting is a very nice back. And I guess I can do it in broad strokes, coming back and forth like this. And yeah, this is just something that I can do, that you can do while that case airs out, because I'm fixing to have to be up close and personal with the movement, and I don't want to breathe in that stuff. Just to be on the safe side. I've had enough MRIs and x-rays this year. I don't need another, because every x-ray counts. Now, I do want to be a little bit careful with this back as I go, because who's to say that this back right here doesn't have some type of nickel plate on it or something. I mean, I don't know. It's more than likely stainless steel, but, you know, just be careful. And I'm going to come around here. I'm going to start taking off the arm cheese and the extra skin cells that's been associated with this watch for so many years. You can see that skin coming off right there, which is another reason we don't have the movement in front of us right now, is that could get into that movement. And of course, we do want to make sure that this does have a good closing water resistance seal on it as well. So we want to make sure that that is done. So yeah, let me move this off camera, because I don't want any of this on my bench. There we go. I got that taken off. Let's bring it back in again. So, and I'm probably going to run it through the ultrasonic as well, just to be on the safe side with it. Because the ultrasonic cleaner will do wonders. 110%. So, I'm going to come back over with my polishing stick. We're going to keep going with it. Like I said, we're not going to go hard, but we're going to do what we can do for it. And it is getting more and more shiny as we go. And I don't want this to be like a chrome in any way. I don't want a mirror finish on it, because I don't think that's how it was when it was first made. I could be wrong. I could research that, and if it does need a mirror finish, then I will definitely put one on there. But I don't think it's supposed to. So I'm going to come back over this, wide strokes. There we go. And this won't hurt anything that's written on there. See, that's got a little bit of rust, perhaps. or just whatever that is. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give me 1 second, guys and gals. I think I will hit this with my Dremel tool real quick. Sorry, this will be off camera, but let me hit it and let me see what we get. Okay. I think I need to change out my dribble tip for sure. I'm going to do that. I'm going to change out the dribble tip on it because we don't need that there. But yeah, it is getting a little bit shinier. So I'll go back over and change my tip back out when I'm done with this and take care of it. I am going to drop it in the ultrasonic. It could use a good bath, and that's going to help it even more. So that's really, really cool. Let's see if this will come off, because sometimes ultrasonic needs a little help. I like using toothpicks. They're just cheap pieces of wood I can get at a good price. Yeah, there's some more arm cheese. And I just know that the ultrasonic does do a good job. However, it does need help doing its job at the same time. You can't just throw it in there and have it come out spotless clean. There's a process to that. Of course, seen that on other watch videos too. Okay, so I'm going to set this right off to the side. I don't think I have to do anything with the movement ring. I mean the back ring. It is what it is. Oh yeah, it does have some stuff on it too. I can take a look at that and yeah, let's get in there. Let's get that off as well. You can just see the trapped skin cells that have been put into this ring over the years. You can see it on the pad here. So there we go. We're just coming at it from all sides. There's a little lip on the inside, it looks like. That probably has a lot to do with it, if I can. Yuck. You can see it coming off on my fingers. I had one watch that had so much of this trapped skin cells on it, it was ridiculous. Of course, that can make its way into the watch too with the oil and gum it up. So this is always good. Ooh, big chunk came off there. So I need to see if I can get that off. Look at that. That's so good. That's so good. Here we go. Let me blow that off. We don't need that on my bench at all. So there is more on here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just soak these into my ultrasonic. Yeah. So first things first, let me get them put in there. I'm going to let them sit for a little while and let it get loosened up. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit it for about 15 minutes. And just go for it. Let's bring the movement back over here. We do have some things we need to do on the inside of this case as well. And there is the mainspring and balance. We can see it spinning freely. Which that's a good sign. It looks like to me it's always going to be mainly the balance is a reason it doesn't want to run, like it's been trapped. And we can see right now, whoa, it's still going. So look, there's life in the old girl yet. Now I'm willing to bet that's going to get stuck immediately in just a minute. But just horsing around with it just for a minute or two, hey, look at it. It's actually running on its own. Just needed a little bit of a jolt, I believe. But we're still going to clean this movement up regardless. And I'm thinking about relooming the hands and removing the radioactive material on there. So I'll ask you guys and gals what you think if I should go ahead and do that. I'm actually surprised this thing's still running. I thought it would have stopped by now. So maybe it's not as bad as it appears. It's just got a little bit of gummed up oil from its last servicing it had, if it's ever had a servicing. I'm assuming from what I've seen, I don't think it's ever been serviced from what I've seen. I don't, but I could be wrong, but I don't see any tall tale. Wait, no, I do see some signs of scratching. I see a scratch here, a scratch here, and a scratch here. Okay, this has been serviced before in the past, but obviously by someone who did a good job on it, because I don't see anything chewed up on the screws just yet. Of course, that opinion could change as we go on with this restoration. But hey, okay, we've got the back off cleaned up, a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's running on its own, which is really amazing. These old watches just need a little bit of love and TLC and a little bit of tinkering, and hey, you can get them running again. Now, I don't think this is running well. I think it definitely needs more, and we're going to give it more. So, yeah, we're going on 21, 22 minutes. So let's go ahead and stop this one for part 2, and then we're going to pick up on part 3, where we actually take it out of the case and get started on the movement and see what we have to do. But I'm absolutely amazed this is still running. I didn't think it would, but I'm pleasantly surprised. It's actually still running right now. So, yeah, I may throw it on the timograph just to see what it does, but I'm willing to bet it's not going to be too well. So, all right, boys and girls, it's Alabama Deep. I am done with this part of the video. Part 2 is complete, and coming on next is part 3, where we start working and servicing this movement. I'm going to go ahead and hit a couple things with ultrasonic right now, and we'll be back after this uploads. And take care of my wife, and then we're going to pick right back up, and we'll see if this thing's still running when we come back with part 3. I will see y'all in a little bit. Thank you for watching, sharing, subscribing. Comment below. Do you like the Gruen watches as much as you do a Rolex? I can't say that I necessarily do, but they spent a lot more time, and they spent a lot more craftsmanship on these older models than what you see today, I believe. Tell me your opinion on that too in comments below. I'll see y'all in part 3.